Welcome to English Podcast with Nora. Here we learn simple English for real life. Slow, clear, and step by step. Are you ready? Let's learn together. Hi, everyone. It's me, Nora. I'm so happy to see you again. Do you remember me? Now I live in Germany. Today is a big day for me. I have a job interview. I feel a little nervous, but I also feel excited. I want to do my best. Let's see how it goes. In the morning, I woke up early. The sun was shining and the sky was so blue. I looked outside my window and took a deep breath. I thought, wow, today is important. I need to do my best. I smiled at myself in the mirror and said, Nora, you can do this. Be strong. Be brave. My heart was beating fast and I felt a little scared, but I also felt happy because I knew this was the start of something new. I wanted to do well and make a good impression. So I got ready and told myself, let's go, Nora. I was ready for my big day. After I told myself to be strong, I started to get ready for the interview. I took a shower and washed my face. The water felt cool and it helped me feel fresh and awake. Then I looked at my clothes. I wanted to look smart, so I wore a white shirt and black pants. I also wore a small silver necklace because it was my lucky charm. I smiled at myself and thought, you look nice, Nora. After that, I packed my bag. I took my CV, a notebook, and a pen. I also took a bottle of water because I thought I might feel thirsty. Before I left, I looked in the mirror one last time. I smiled and said, you're ready, Nora. Go and do your best. I took a deep breath, opened the door, and stepped outside. The sun felt warm on my face, and I felt ready for my big day. I took the bus to the office. On the way, I looked out of the window. I saw trees, people walking, and small shops. I tried to stay calm, but my heart was beating fast. I thought about the questions they might ask me. When I arrived, I saw a big, modern building. It looked very nice, and I felt a little scared. I took a deep breath and walked inside. I smiled and said, good morning. The receptionist smiled back and said,
Good morning. How can I help you?
I told her, I'm here for a job interview. She asked for my name and I said, my name is Nora. She gave me a kind smile and showed me the waiting room. I sat down with other people. We were all waiting for the interview. I looked around and tried to stay calm. I took a sip of water and thought, you can do it, Nora. After waiting for a while, I heard my name. Nora, please come in. My heart started beating so fast. I stood up, smiled, and walked into the room. I saw two people sitting at a big table. One was a man and the other was a woman. They both looked friendly and smiled at me. I smiled back and said, good morning. The woman said,
Good morning, Nora. Please have a seat.
I sat down and said, thank you. I took a deep breath and smiled. The man asked,
Can you tell us a little about yourself?
I said, yes, of course. My name is Nora. I moved to Germany 2 months ago. I am learning German and I want to find a good job here. The woman smiled and asked,
What do you like to do in your free time?
I thought for a second and said, I like reading books, cooking, and taking long walks. She said,
That sounds nice.
and smiled at me. Then the man asked,
Why do you want to work with us?
I answered, I want to work here because I like helping people. I think I can learn a lot here. I also like working in a team. The woman said,
That's great. Can you tell us about your strengths?
I smiled and said, yes, I think I am a good listener and I always try my best. I am friendly and I like to help others. The man nodded and asked,
Do you speak German?
I said, I am learning German now. I can speak a little. I want to learn more. The woman smiled and said,
That's good. We also speak English, so don't worry.
I felt a little better after that. The room was quiet, but I stayed calm. I listened carefully and answered each question. Sometimes I said, sorry, can you say that again, please? When I didn't understand. They were very kind and helped me with the questions. After about 20 minutes, they smiled and said, thank you, Nora. That was very nice. I smiled and said, thank you so much for your time. I felt proud because I did my best, even if I was nervous. After the interview finished, I stood up and smiled at the two interviewers. I said, thank you very much for your time. They smiled and said, thank you, Nora. We will contact you soon. I felt happy because I finished the interview, but I was also a little tired. I walked out of the room and took a deep breath. I felt my heart slow down. I left the building and walked outside. The sun was still shining and the air felt fresh. I smiled and thought, I did it. I was nervous, but I tried my best. I felt proud of myself. When I got home, I told my friends about the interview. They asked me, how was it, Nora? I said, it was good. The people were very kind and I answered all the questions. My friends said, that's great. We are so happy for you. I felt so happy that day. It was a big step for me. I learned that I can do hard things even when I am scared. And now I am waiting for the result. I hope I get the job. Thank you so much for watching my story. I hope you learned something new about job interviews and got some useful tips for your own interviews. In the video description, you can find a PDF with new words and sentence structures to help you. Don't forget to check it out. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn more English with me, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.